Hello, welcome back to the channel, and this is a channel where we give you reviews, playthroughs, unboxings. We generally like to talk a load of bollocks about tabletop gaming in general, and in this video we're going to be talking about a game that is over 200 years old. We're going to be talking about Crokinole, and more specifically the Woodestic Crokinole Board. And in this game you will be flicking your disc, hopefully getting it into the centre roll that will score you points that will allow you to win the game. So remember, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel, hit the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. See you after this. Bollocks. So, Crokinole, how'd you play this game? So Crokinole is a game that allegedly originated in Canada around about 200 years ago, and it's played all over the world. There's a World Championships held every year, and yeah, you got to be some kind of special geek to be interested in that shit, yeah. So Crokinole takes place on a round board. There's a little recessed hole in the middle of the board. Then you've got the main play area, and then you've got something called the trough. No, not a piss trough, even though one of my mates has actually tried to have a piss in the Crokinole trough, which will catch the discs that go out of bounds, right? So you're going to select a player to go first, and as there's no opposing discs on the board, they will get a free shot to try and get it into the centre hole. If they do so, they will score 20 points, and you will take the disc and you'll put it to the side of the board. If they miss, then so long as they get it into the first concentric ring of the main play area, that disc will stay in play. If they don't, if it goes into one of the other ones, then it will be taken out of play. So then play passes to your opponent, and let's just say that the disc didn't go in the centre and it wasn't a foul shot. That disc is going to be on the main play area, and your opponent will have to hit a disc of your colour before they hit their own. And this can be done either directly or indirectly, right? So they could use one of their discs to hit your disc. So long as they do that, that is a legal shot. If they don't do that, then the disc they flicked and any of their discs that moved during that shot are taken out of play and put in a piss trough. So once you have used up all of your 12 discs, whether they went into the piss trough or not, then you'll do some scoring, right? The centre ring is worth 15 points, and you move out to the next one, it's 10 points, and then you move out to the next one, it's 5 points. Any discs that are on the line are moved to the lower scoring area, and you will add the points to any of the 20-point discs that you have got, right? There's different ways to win a game. Some people play 200 points. If you're playing the geek-infested tournament rules, then you'll usually play 4 games and 10 sets, right? And whoever wins the most will be the winner of Crokinole. So what do we like about Crokinole? So the first thing that we really like about this game is that A, it's a dexterity game, right? And we love dexterity games to bits, right? It's one of our favourite genres, right? You give us a dexterity game, any type of flicking or throwing or anything like that, and we are on it like flies to shit. And Crokinole is no exception. It is a piece of piss to teach and play, right? Even somebody who has no brain in their skull can play Crokinole easily. They can pick it up, yeah? Doesn't mean they're going to be good at it. And that is another point, is the fact that it can be described in terms of that overused phrase, easy to play, hard to master, right? When you play Crokinole for an extended period of time, you do feel yourself progressing, you do feel your skills getting better and better, and that is fucking addictive, right? It's like being on an opium drip. Not that I've ever been on an opium drip, but you get the idea, right? So easy to play, hard to master, frustrating but enjoyable at the same time, right? Quality. So the second thing that we like about Crokinole, specifically the board that we are using today, right, is that it's easy to underestimate the fact that the quality of the board that you're using will affect the gameplay. There's 2 different sizes of Crokinole boards, isn't there? There's a smaller version and there's a larger version that is used in tournaments, right? I would advise anyone to use the larger version because it gives you more scope, more depth of play. There's less places to hide, right? And it's a fact of life, isn't it? That the quality of the apparatus that you are using dictates the amount of fun you're going to have with this. And this board's probably the best that you can get. I mean, we've played with loads of different Crokinole boards. We've played with the 31, we played with the Mayfair boards, and this is by far and away the best quality board that we have ever seen. I mean, it's stunning, right? You just got to look at the finish on it, the way that it's been waxed, the way it's been manufactured. It's absolutely outstanding, right? So if Crokinole really does get your piss boiling, then investing in a decent board is a no-brainer, isn't it? So the final thing that we like about this Crokinole board is that it's one of them things that you can pass down to your kids, and if you ain't got no kids, then you could just bury yourself with it if you wanted to, right? Assuming you could before the funeral when they just don't throw you into a ditch like Mozart. Pick one of these up, you're never ever going to have to buy a board ever, right? Which is sort of a bit of a false economy if you are 89 years old, but if you are a spotty little geek in your 20s and you fancy a decent crokinole board, this is going to last you for absolute decades, right? As long as you don't take a Stanley blade to it after you've sunk 10 pints of Stella Artois and got wound up by a board game geek troll on Twitter. So yeah, it's an heirloom, isn't it? Okay, it's not quite a relic of the Palace of Versailles, but us being the low-life plebs, this is about as close as you're going to get to that sort of shit, innit? So what don't we like about crokinole? So the first thing that we don't like about this board is the fact that it is fucking expensive, right? This retails at around about 660 bloody euros, right? And okay, that is an outlandish and unearthly amount of money. But like we said, if you're searching for a good quality board and crokinole gives you a massive stonking boner, then this is probably the best board that you are going to get. It all depends, I suppose, if you're a crokinole nut, right? If you're not, then this thing ain't going to be for you. But if you are a 200-old Canadian, then the workmanship and the care that's been put into the construction of these boards, it's going to make you salivate with anticipation. So the second thing we don't like about this crokinole board is that crokinole, funnily enough, does actually accommodate more than 2 players. You can play it with 4 players, right? And in the box, there's only enough discs for 3 players for some bizarre reason, right? So we've had to go out and pick up another set of discs just so that we could play it with 4 players. I don't know if that's like an oversight or whether they just forgot to bung them in, but it's a bit weird that for a 4-player game, they're only going to give you 3 sets of discs, right? So the final thing that we don't like about this board, and this might seem like an oxymoron if that is the right term, it probably isn't, but there you go, I'm thick as shit. I'm scared to play on it, right? My kids keep asking to play this, right? And every time they go to flick the board, I'm worried that they're going to scratch it or there's going to be some sort of imperfection created when I turn my back, right? So the quality is so good that I literally shit myself every time I take it out of the box. It's a common conception that a lot of people put their crokinole boards on the wall, but I'd be worried that it's going to fall down, right? Because I'm absolutely fucking useless at DIY. Last time I tried to put a hook in the wall actually collapsed and the hook was left hanging in midair, yeah? So yeah, I don't trust myself with that, so it stays in the box, and I suppose I'm just going to have to try and mentally combat the anxiety attack I get when I pull this out of the box, right? So to summarise, is crokinole, and more specifically this crokinole board, worth your time and bother today and in the future? So we're going to say maybe, maybe not. If you're not really that interested in crokinole and you just want to see how the game plays, then go and pick up some shitty little board on Amazon. Even get one of those little plastic IKEA crokinole boards that will allow you to see how the game plays and to see whether it is for you or not. If you are a seasoned veteran who has an average board and wants to push the boat out to improve their skills with a quality board, or maybe you just want something that will last you for the rest of your miserable life, then this is probably the top-notch board that you can pick up today, right? I suppose it all depends on what you're after, right? And who am I to tell you what to do with your life, yeah? You are an adult, you can make up your own mind, and I suggest that you take control of your life and do so. So there you go, that is the Woodestic Crokinole board. Remember, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel, hit the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. We'll see you next Tuesday.